Have you ever sat in your favorite chair, looked around the room, and realized it's just too quiet? Maybe the kids don't call as much as they used to. Maybe friends have moved away or, well, life just isn't as full as it once was. If that sounds familiar, I want you to know something important. You're not alone. And more than that, loneliness doesn't have to be permanent. In fact, some of the most meaningful connections and joyful moments can happen after 70, if you know where to look. Why this matters. Now you might be thinking, easier said than done, and I get it. As we get older, life changes. People come and go. Routines shift. But here's the truth. Loneliness isn't just about being physically alone. It's about feeling disconnected. And the good news? There are simple, unexpected ways to reignite that sense of joy and belonging, no matter your age. So today, we're going to talk about 6 powerful ways to do just that. These aren't the usual join a club tips. They're deeper, more meaningful strategies that can truly transform how you feel every day. First strategy, rediscover the joy of small, daily connections. Let's start with something you can do today, right where you are. One of the biggest myths about loneliness is that you need a big social circle to fix it. But sometimes the smallest interactions can make the biggest difference. Think about the people you cross paths with every day. The cashier at the grocery store, the mail carrier, the neighbor walking their dog. These might seem like passing moments, but they're opportunities for connection. Try this. Next time you're out, slow down. Make eye contact. Ask the cashier how their day is going, and really listen. Compliment the neighbor's garden. These tiny exchanges might feel small, but they remind your brain, I'm part of the world. I belong here. And over time, that feeling grows. Second strategy, embrace purposeful solitude. It's not what you think. Now this next one might surprise you, because when we talk about loneliness, we often assume the answer is to be around more people. But sometimes the real issue isn't being alone. It's feeling like your time alone doesn't matter. That's where purposeful solitude comes in. This isn't about sitting in silence. It's about doing something meaningful for yourself. Maybe it's keeping a journal where you write down one beautiful thing you noticed each day. Maybe it's learning to paint, even if you've never held a brush. Or simply sitting outside with a cup of tea, listening to the birds, and letting yourself enjoy your own company. When solitude feels intentional, not lonely, it becomes a gift, not a burden. Now, these first 2 strategies are all about shifting your perspective, finding connection in everyday moments, and making peace with time alone. But what if you're craving deeper relationships? What if you want to meet people who truly get you at this stage of life? Well, that's where our next strategies come in, because one of the most powerful ways to fight loneliness is to seek out people who share your passions, your struggles, and your dreams for this chapter of life. And the best part? It's easier than you think. You know, it's funny. When we're younger, making friends feels as easy as striking up a conversation in line at the grocery store. But as we get older, it can start to feel like everyone already has their people, and there's no room left for new connections. But here's the truth. No matter your age, there are people out there who would love to know you. People who need your stories, your laughter, your perspective. You just have to know where to look. And that brings us to our next 2 strategies, because sometimes the most meaningful friendships begin in the most unexpected places. Third strategy, find your tribe through shared interests. Think about this for a moment. What's something you've always loved but maybe set aside over the years? Gardening? Painting? Classic movies? Maybe you've never tried something but always thought, that looks interesting. Well, here's your sign to dive in, because shared passions are one of the fastest ways to connect with others. And the best part, you don't have to leave your house to get started. Look for online groups or local clubs centered around your interests. There are book clubs that meet over Zoom, Facebook groups for bird watchers, even virtual quilting circles. If you're not tech savvy, ask a grandkid or a neighbor to help you find one. And here's the secret. When you're focused on something you love, whether it's discussing a novel or swapping gardening tips, the conversation flows naturally. The pressure's off. You're not trying to make friends. You're just enjoying something together. And before you know it, those interactions turn into real connections. Fourth strategy, Let technology work for you. Yes, really. Now I can already hear some of you saying, "Oh, I'm too old for all that internet stuff." But hear me out. Technology isn't just for teenagers. Used the right way, it can be a lifeline to the world. Start small. If you've got a smartphone or tablet, try free apps like Meetup to find local events for seniors, or join a Zoom choir where you can sing with others from your living room. Even something as simple as watching a YouTube tutorial on a hobby you love can make you feel less alone, because you're learning alongside thousands of others doing the same thing. And if screens feel intimidating, that's okay. Ask a friend or family member to sit with you and show you the ropes. You might be surprised how quickly you get the hang of it. The goal isn't to spend hours online, it's to use these tools to open doors you didn't even know were there. Now, these strategies are powerful because they help you meet new people and rediscover old passions. But what about the people already in your life? The family members you wish you were closer to, or the old friends you've lost touch with? That's where our next two strategies come in, because sometimes the deepest connections are hiding in plain sight. You know, as we've been talking about finding new connections, I can't help but think about all the relationships that may have faded over the years. Not because of any big falling out, but simply because life got busy, people moved away, or routines changed. And here's what I've noticed. Sometimes the most meaningful reconnections happen when we least expect them. That brings me to our next powerful strategy. Fifth strategy, rekindle old connections. It's never too late. Think about someone from your past who used to light up your days. Maybe a childhood friend, a former coworker, or that neighbor who always made you laugh. Here's a little secret. There's a good chance they'd love to hear from you. In fact, they might be feeling just as nostalgic as you are. So why not reach out? You don't need a big reason. Just a simple, "I was thinking about you" can open the door. Try sending a handwritten note or asking a family member to help you find them on social media. And if the idea of reaching out feels awkward after all these years, remember this: people rarely regret reconnecting, but they often regret not trying. Even if the friendship doesn't pick up exactly where it left off, you might be surprised at how comforting it can be to share memories with someone who knew you back when. Sixth strategy, find connection through giving back. Now, this last strategy might be the most powerful of all, because nothing fills your heart quite like helping someone else. Whether it's volunteering at the local library, knitting hats for newborns, or simply sharing your wisdom with younger people in your community, giving back creates connections that go both ways. And here's the beautiful part. You don't need to do anything grand. It could be as simple as mentoring a grandchild over video call or sharing your favorite recipes with a new neighbor. When we focus on what we can give rather than what we're missing, something magical happens. We stop feeling like we're on the sidelines of life and start feeling like we're right where we belong. So there you have it. 6 unexpected but powerful ways to find more joy and connection after 70. But before we wrap up, I want to leave you with this thought. Loneliness isn't a sign that something's wrong with you. It's just your heart's way of saying it's ready for more. More laughter, more shared moments, more of those connections that make life sparkle. And the beautiful truth is, those opportunities are all around you, just waiting to be discovered. Start small. Try just one of these strategies this week. Notice how it feels. And remember, every meaningful connection starts with a single hello. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these strategies resonates most with you? Maybe you've already tried reconnecting with an old friend or discovered the joy of volunteering. Share your experiences in the comments below. Your story might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more content to help you thrive in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Until next time, remember this: your years of experience, your laughter, your stories, they all matter. The world still needs exactly what only you can offer. Here's to your next chapter being your most connected one yet.